Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be vlog number 1 on real estate chat. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the buying process, what to expect when you buy your first house, or it may have been 10 years ago for you when you bought your house and you kind of don't remember the process. So hopefully this will help you and give you some insight on what to expect, and hopefully I can teach you a few things. All right guys, so step number 1, what that's gonna be is hiring a buyer's agent. What we wanna do is you're gonna be signing a buyer's agreement. So basically an agreement with your broker or your agent that is making them your agent, and it's going to be their fiduciary responsibility to have your best interest in mind. So that's going to be number 1. My recommendation is to interview multiple agents. Interview like 3 agents. That's kind of the good number. Get an idea of what they're going to do for you, what their process is, and if they're going to mesh well with your personality and kind of deliver what you're wanting in your agent. Choosing a lender. Ask your buyer's agent if they have any recommendations for a lender. Again, I recommend interviewing like 3 just to see who is going to represent you the best, who is a go-getter, who's going to get you to close and make the deal happen. So getting pre-approved is going to give you leverage when you go to make an offer on a house. So getting pre-approved is going to allow you to get an idea of what you want to purchase a home at. So you might get approved for $500,000, but only decide that you want to use $400,000 and look in that range. So it'll give you an idea of the price point you'd like to look at. And the fun part, which is actually looking for homes. Again, you may have already started that before you hired an agent by going to open houses, and continue to do that. One of the things I recommend when you do go to open houses is take a stack of your agent's business cards, and when you go into an open house, just hand it to the agent that's holding the open house, the host, and let them know that you're already working with an agent, and then you won't get harassed. They may still ask for information as far as what you think about price and design, and so they can get some feedback to send back to the sellers. So figuring out your criteria and what parameters you expect in your home. What schools are important to you, what counties you'd like to be in, what neighborhoods you possibly might like to be in. Is it close to your job? Is it close to a dog park or even a Starbucks? You'd be surprised at how many people like to be near Starbucks. Plus the resale value is good because of coffee. I don't know, it's coffee. So also, your real estate agent will set you up in the MLS, which is the multiple listing services. This is what the agents are using to put their information for listings into the internet. So basically, that gets blasted out to and syndicated to Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, all those sites. I recommend getting direct access to that MLS, and your real estate agent can do that for you. Get direct access so that you get up-to-date, accurate information. There is a syndication pause between the MLS and those sites like Trulia and Zillow. So sometimes it can take 48 to 72 hours for that information to be updated and to be accurate. So use the MLS. Here in Colorado, we use RE Colorado. And a really cool thing that I'll talk to you at the very end is homesnap.com or homesnap app. It's a really, really cool tool for you to take out on your home search. Now, one of the things you're going to also want to consider, and what I do with my clients, is I consider foreclosures, REOs, fixer-uppers, and new builds, and then also homes maybe that are a little overpriced that have a higher days on market. Those houses might end up coming down if you decide to make an offer. So if your purchase or your limit is 500, it might not hurt to look at a 525 property, because they might, if they've been on for 3 months or 2 months, they might work with you at your price point. Be making an offer on that house that you like. You are going to make an offer, and it's going to either accept, they're going to go into a counter, and then there's going to be negotiations. So when you make that offer, make sure that you consider what type of market it is. Is it a seller's market or is it a buyer's market? If it's a seller's market, you're obviously not going to want to throw a low ball offer, because they might not even decide to respond to that. So make sure you're taking that into consideration. And then also, you want to also select a price or your offer price that you think the seller may accept or at least counter and work with you on. So keep in consideration, there might be a little rejection, but don't get down. Just keep looking. You'll find that house that is supposed to be yours. So now, when you make an offer on a property, there is going to be earnest money. And what that is basically a deposit and a promise for you to follow through with the deal. So let's say it's a $500,000 property. The earnest money might be $5,000 to $10,000, depending on if they're doing like 1% to 2% of the purchase price. So you're gonna have earnest money, and it is gonna be liquid assets. You need to have that cash on hand because you are gonna write a check made out to the title company. Title company holds that earnest check in the midst of the deal. The appraisal is going to get ordered as well. The appraisal, they're gonna appraise the property, and then they're gonna let you know what it appraised for. So again, with this $500,000 property, let's say you are offered at $500,000, the appraisal comes back at, let's just say $450,000. So now you have to decide, okay, I can either bring $50,000 in cash and not negotiate this, which obviously you're not gonna wanna do that. You're gonna wanna go back to negotiation and say, hey, this appraised low, we're willing to pay $450,000 for this. Comply with lender requirements. They may ask you for additional information throughout the course of this under contract this process. Now, one of the things that I do recommend is do not, for any reason, acquire more debt. So don't go buying a car, don't be leasing a ton of furniture, getting a ton of furniture, big purchases, big TVs. Don't be doing that. Don't change your financial situation, because again, until you close, they're gonna be looking at that, and that's super important, your credit, to stay where it is, because if there's any red flags and you have to deal with that, that could mean, again, no house for you. So. All right, now before closing, you're gonna do a final walkthrough, typically a few days. I've even done them day of, which I don't recommend, but do it a couple days in advance. Do the final walkthrough with your real estate agent and make sure that the home is in the same condition as when you put your offer in. The last thing you want is there to have been a flood during the time you're under contract on this house, or they went and tore up all the carpet and took out all the cabinets. I don't know. There's some weird situations. You want to make sure that it's in the condition that it is. Now, so that means the next step is closing and keys. So this is my favorite part. You're gonna come in on closing day. Typically, you're gonna be sitting across the table from the seller and the seller's agent. Not in all situations, but in most situations, your real estate agent does come, and then also sometimes your lender might come. I really like that the lender comes and makes sure everything comes through. And you're gonna wanna bring your signing hand, because you're gonna sign tons of papers, and then eventually your agent's gonna hand you over those keys, and it's going to be your fun day of moving in and starting the moving process. All right, you guys, that's gonna conclude this video on the buying process. I had a blast chatting with you guys today. I hope you learned something, and I'm excited to provide more content like this in the future. If you have any recommendations on what you'd like to see, I'd love to hear it below. Make sure you send me some feedback. Also, if you want to get into contact with me, my information is also below, and I'll include my website, my email, and my phone number. And then one last thing before I go, I want to make sure that you guys are downloading the HomeSnap app. This is such a neat tool for you to do your home search, as well as communicate with your real estate agent and your family and friends on properties. So basically, the app, once you download it, you can roll up to any property, take a picture of it. It will pull up the information straight from the MLS, which is accurate, and it's just going to be a really neat tool for you to be able to get information during your home search. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun chatting with you again, and this was video number 1 of Real Estate Chat, and I'm excited to talk with you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.